Hello everyone, it is the Super Blue Badger and I'd like to welcome you to an Answers edition of a Badger Broadcast, the first one that I've ever done. That's because there were just so many comments and so many views that came up in the questions edition, feedback edition rather, that I just, replying to them all by text would just not be satisfactory. So I'm bringing it for you right here, straight to your dinner table, because I want you to eat this up like a motherfucker. Motherfuckers. Ugh, I gotta, stop spending time in Compton and whatnot. But, is it Compton? Never mind. Anyway, as I was saying, I'll get the casual stuff out the way, things that I thought were quite funny. Badgerover, you're more than welcome to come to the Badger Cave for dinner, if you're fine with eating deadly king cobras and bees. And then, this is a badger home after all, it's what we eat, normally. And also, will I be continuing Just Cause 2 LP? I may reboot it at some point. I'm not entirely decided on it yet. Maybe after I play Just Cause 2 a little bit more than I have. When I did that, I was quite fresh and new to LPing, and I just got overwhelmed by the size of it all. The amount of video that I had to deal with was actually quite frustrating in a way, because it's an open world game. Of course it's going to be huge. It's going to be difficult to do it without making it extremely boring, and I was just too fresh out of the box to be doing that. Maybe in the future I'll be more than happy to. And now onto the more technical details. The one main issue main idea more so than anything, that was brought up that I was actually quite interested in reading about, was that people, yes, are intimidated by 30-minute videos. And I really appreciate that. I mean, that's fine. I would be intimidated. I don't know if I could commit to something quite so long. I enjoy doing 30-minute videos because it's easier to get stuff done. And that's why it was suggested of the idea of 2 15-minute videos. And that's a great idea. I mean, it's a good idea. I just don't know how people feel about that. I want to know what your opinions are on that one. And I never really thought I'd come to a point in my, in my LPing days. Pardon me. Oh, all that tea. Just burped. Never mind. Anyway, I never thought that I would come to a time in my LPing days that I would have such a viewer base that I could upload a video, because I just simply, answering by text to the questions was not enough. So now I'm just throwing this out there, and I'm obviously not going to start doing 2 15-minute chunks for Dead Rising 2, because who's that going to change the mind of? Nobody's going to see like, oh, 3/4 quarters of the way through he's gone to 2 15-minute videos. Oh, maybe I should start watching. That's not going to change the mind of anyone. So I might consider it for the next LP. Or, one later on. The only problem with the 15-minute LPs is that we're going to get episodes that are cut off suddenly. Ones that don't end with any sort of, signing off or whatnot. And I found that some people find that quite frustrating. And I wouldn't like to, disappoint anyone or, whatever and whatnot. But I'd just like to hear your opinions on what you would prefer to see. It's, I'm here to listen. And what was I going on to? The one thing that I have found, another thing, is that people are very happy, and I love how the strong positive response that I'm getting through this really makes me feel like I could make something of this one day, perhaps. No, maybe not, I don't know. It's, LPs are a dime a dozen, honestly. Let's not joke ourselves here. People that play video games for the internet are quite common, in a way, and I don't, I find no shame in this. I enjoy doing it, and that's why I do it, because I enjoy it, simply enough. And I found recently that asking topics within my videos has been a superb success. I've noticed an increase in everything. Views, likes and comments and participation, ideas, things that I can talk about. It's all been absolutely positive and I love it. The downside to this is that I cannot blitz episodes, because obviously I have to wait for responses and ideas, because I'm listening to you guys and it gives me something to talk about in the next episode. So I was thinking that I may do a workaround for something like this. In my formatting, I may actually answer the questions at the start of the video, and if I marathon the episodes, like do 3 30-minute chunks of Dead Rising, I'll ask all the questions at the end of the 3rd episode, because then when I pick up again, I can simply answer the questions in the next batch, and that way content can be more regular and everything works out fine. If you can be bothered to listen to this, I feel like I'm being a bit boring telling you all of the technical details. You just want content, man. You want more content, and if it's more content, it's going to be fucking awesome. and I'll see what I can do about that. That's just a little idea that I've had. And yeah, participation is up, views, likes, and I never ask for likes from people, because really, I've always believed in the quote that you should make content worth liking, and I try to do that as much as possible. And I'm going to be completely honest for this moment, but I do pay attention to how much a video has been liked. I do it because I see to sort of emphasize or understand just how popular an episode was. And I do look at them, so I don't think I don't notice, because I do. And it sounds like I'm, looking for attention or whatnot, but I do it just to see as a visual scale of just how much you enjoyed it. So do know that it does have some weight to it. That if you're hitting the like button, it's not just something that nobody's ever going to notice. The more you hit that button, the more I know it was liked, and the more that I know it was one of my stronger points. And I can take that episode and I can learn from it, see what I did well that possibly could have resulted in your favour that you have given me through this little green button that says like. And I'm just putting that out there. It has a lot more weight with people than maybe some people think. And it's hard to say this outright to people, because it just makes you sound like a you're looking for subs, views and whatnot, mongering and whatnot. But I do it just to see just how people feel about something. And that's great. Just so you know, it does have weight, so don't worry about that. Anything else that I'm missing on the subject while we are here? Everyone seems just pretty much happy with everything. I feel like I could step my game up. I could easily produce more if I really wanted to. If I really, really wanted to, I could easily probably do more than I do. But it would also eat up a lot more of my time. A lot more. Not that I will use my time for anything else productive anyway. And hopefully, just tell me your opinions on this episode, and whether there are enough answers, I'll make a new answers video to tell you my thoughts on what you've said. And I'll see you on the next edition, hopefully. See you then.